Hey lovies, welcome to my channel, Craft Away with May. I'm May. If you are new here, thank you so much for stopping by to see what I have going on today. If you are returning, thank you so much for coming back to hang out with me. I appreciate each of you all so very much. Here on my channel, I love to do all things crafting and DIY. I love to do them on a budget. However, I do love to splurge at times. But at the end of the day, no matter what I'm doing, I love to have fun. So hopefully you'll consider joining my little YouTube family by liking, subscribing, and sharing. And of course, I look forward to the comments. However, just keep in mind, those comments are only desired and not required. And it's free to do so. So, today's video is a good one, guys. It's a little bit of Farmhouse meet a little bit of Boho chic. I was super excited about it. So, I have 5 DIYs for you guys today, and we're going to go ahead and jump into the first project. So I got this wooden riser from Target, the dollar spot at Target. It was $5. Now you can definitely recreate this using Dollartree items. However, it may be a little bit more costly as you will have to build it from scratch. I do feel like this was a good price for this. And I like the fact that it's easy to assemble one. And then second, you have the option of just leaving it without the legs on it or adding the legs to it. And in today's project, we are going to include the legs. And we're going to use this. This is actually an inspiration piece if you have a guest bathroom. But you can also do this and put in your, if you don't have a guest bathroom. And also what I'll be using is some of the contact paper. I also found that at Dollar Tree. It was $5 as well. It was, I forget how long it was, but it was a good amount. So I know I'll have it probably for a long time. But the vision I had here, I wanted to do something black and white. It was kind of inspired from when I did my niece's little storage for her vanity. And I thought this would be cute to add to the bathroom as well. So again, as I said, this one is intended for a guest bathroom. And I love this contact paper. Like, it was super easy to work with, and I'm one of those people who's very shy when it comes to using those type of products, just because I don't have the experience with them. So it never comes out smooth like, when I see other people doing it. But I wanted to conquer my fears, and I thought this would be super cute here. So all I did was basically cut it down in strips, and it does have a grid line for you to follow, which in my world that means absolutely nothing because I just can't follow lines when I'm cutting. They always come out crooked. But I did about 1.5 inch. That was roughly about the split in the box. It does have a little groove right in the middle of it, and I didn't want to cover that groove because I am gonna tie some yarn around that later on in a few minutes. So basically I give it a good coat of white paint. I go in and do some touch-ups. I was going to touch it up with some paint, some black paint, but I was like, you know what, it's so tiny you really can't see it. It was just a nuisance to me just because I knew it was there. So I actually used one of the permanent markers from Dollar Tree, and it actually worked and blended very well, better than the Sharpie. I was actually kind of surprised, but it came in a pack, I think, of like 5. So really good investment there. So here what I'm doing is I just took some of the baker's or butcher's twine, and I just folded it in twos, or do you loop it in twos? I'm not sure. I doubled it up. That's what I did. I doubled it up just to reduce the times of how many times I'm going to go around, because I cut off a large amount of it because I really wanted it to get in that groove and just stay there. And all I'm doing is just spot checking with some hot glue, and I'm not putting a lot. Again, it's just like a little dab here and there just to secure that bottom piece in place. And I literally just wrap that around until I get it to the desired size that I want. And I did not want it to overpower. I just wanted it to blend between the white and the contact paper. So next I'm going in with some of these drawer pulls that or door pulls, I'm not sure which one it is, but I ordered those a pack off of Amazon for like $6 or $7. Super cute, very antique-ish looking. And so here, me just trying to rush through things, totally forgot, like, you know what, metal and hot glue don't mix that well. And so I went in and I just, sized it up, got caught up in the moment, and was like, yeah, no. And it felt right off. So I had to go in with some reinforcements and pull out the whole heavy duty Gorilla Glue. Old Faithful. I always keep it on standby. And so I did go ahead and it was really easy to get the hot glue off because, like, it's just like with hot glue and glass. As soon as it touches it, it seizes. And so it didn't help either that I had my fan blowing. So it was like literally within seconds, it just ceased. So all I did, so what happened here, okay? So with my Gorilla Glue, it was, it's been through a lot. It's been through the storm. I used my Gorilla Glue to the max. And so the last time I used it, I did not wipe off the top of it, so it did get clogged. And when I went to squeeze it, it started oozing out on the side. So that's what happened there, and I just was scooping it up with the that wooden stick and applying it to the little knob. And so all I did with the knob was I did add in some crazy glue there to get that instant stick, and within 24 hours the Gorilla Glue will have it secured permanently. Okay, so once I did that, I screwed the legs in. I love this because everything was already there. You didn't have to pull out any screws or anything. You literally just turn the legs in and they were in there. So here I wanted to add a little message that says for our guests, and I'm using one of the small glass cutting boards from Dollar Tree, and I just printed out the words for our guests off of my Cricut Joy. And I did have to mirror it, meaning that I had to turn the words backwards because I'm going to be putting the words at the bottom of this the cutting board. And that's just, you can put them on top. You can also use stickers with this too, FYI, but you can put it on top. It just means that you'll probably have to put Mod Podge on it because it's going to be in the restroom, and it gets very moist and humid in there. So that's why I opted to do it underneath. And I am going to seal it with some paint, and you'll see that in a few minutes. So what happened here, as I mentioned before, when you're using your vinyl and you have that transfer tape on there, if it gets to, it's just even the slightest touch to certain surfaces, it will adhere instantly, and it's hard to pull everything up. And that's literally what happened here. But it kind of played to my favor when I went to put down the word hour. I lit the fan blew and it literally tacked on and it would not come up. So I didn't want to reprint it. And all I did was to cover up that negative space was use some the rub-on stickers from Dollar Tree. And it just says wash and dry, which I thought, that's kind of cute. It ties in here because we are going to be putting some towels and bars of soap in there. So I think it was sufficient, even though it's intended for laundry. But nonetheless, I think it worked out. And like I said, I just did like a white splash or white wash on the back of that, and that's going to seal it. But again, you can still add some Mod Podge there because the environment that it'll be in, of course. So all I'm doing here is I'm going to use some of the microfiber cloths from Dollar Tree, as well as these charcoal infused hand scrub. Well, they're gloves, but they're meant like for washing your face and body parts and things like that. And so I'm gonna fill that up in the box, or the tray rather. So all I'm doing here is taking some ribbon that I got from Dollar Tree, and I'm just tying off two of the towels to create kind of like give it a little silhouette, or make it like a sideways bow. I don't know. You guys, it's just something decorative. It's nothing fancy, literally. I'm just tri-folding it, and that's it. And then I'm tying it off with the napkin. So it's just something to add just a little cuteness to it. And I'm gonna leave those gloves in the package just because sanitary reasons, I know we have the towels out, but since these do have some special ingredients in them, I don't want that to be lost. And that's all I did. So I just rolled up a couple of towels. I will add some more towels to that. You guys will definitely see that at the end. And I think it came out really, really cute. I did add some candles to it too. So right here, I was at Hobby Lobby in the clearance section, right? I found some good deals. I actually have two things coming from them that was from their clearance area. And they have these two, I don't know if these are blowhorns or mics or what are they called? Speakers. But nonetheless, I saw it and thought, you know what, this would make a really cute wall decor piece as a flower vase. And so, like a 3D flower vase is what I was going for. So I went in with my miter shears and just cut off the handle there. And these were only $1. So I was so happy. I think it was like $1.07. I was like, okay, I'm available, Hobby Lobby. Thank you. So, that's all I did was cut it off. I painted in white, and then it had like a pre-shaded area at the bottom, and I just colored that in with some burnt umber. And here you see that I'm going it with some natural line of beads, and I do that for the top and the bottom. And actually, as you see when I go further in a few minutes here, I didn't even have to put the beads on the top. I kind of did and kind of didn't, because you won't see them. But when I went to glue in the leaves or the flowers that I wanted to add, it was not sticking that well to the actual board itself. So the beads did help out there. But I felt like, you know, maybe I should have used something else because I didn't want to waste my little beads on that. But nonetheless, it's hot glue. So I could definitely remove these. And I didn't put hot glue on the lower part of the beads, just like a dab right in the center, just to kind of make it, give it that round look. But that's it. Only I gave it full coats at the top of the board, if that makes sense. So all I did was go in with some flower picks that I had, some greenery I had from, I don't know where, I think Michael's, and then some of the fall flowers from from Dollar Tree as well. I used another Dollar Tree rub-on, fresh, I think it says Farm Fresh Flowers, and I thought that was so cute, so simple, so easy. And I want to say, I think I used 2 bundles of picks. So this probably came in right under about $6 if I had to guesstimate. And I just did a little bit of distressing on the edges, not to take away from that center, and I think that came out so pretty. Now this right here, guys, I think is probably my favorite of today. So I ordered these transfers, rub-ons or transfers, whichever one, off of Amazon. And oh my gosh, I was looking for a cow. That's what I was looking for, and found a pig and a goat. I did find the cow too, but I saw this and I was like, oh my goodness, I know what I want to do with him. He so reminded me of Wilbur from Charlotte's Web, if anybody remembers that movie. When I was a kid. And this was so stinking cute. And this plate I also got from Hobby Lobby out of their clearance section. I got 2 actually. Beautiful, beautiful. Already had the distressing engraved in it already. So literally I just added the rub-on to it, and it elevated this plate to a whole nother level, guys. And I just went in with some of the Dollar Tree rub-ons, and I'm just gonna back up a little bit. That Amazon rub-on, you cannot even tell that it's a rub-on. Like, I kept rubbing my fingers over it. Like, it blended so well. It looked like it was actually part of the plate. It was really beautiful. And so all I did was, okay, we're gonna fast forward now. And all I did here was, from the Dollar Tree rub-ons, I put Family is Everything at the bottom, and then on the top I put Simply Blessed, and I literally just left that's it, and I added a bow to this. And when I tell you guys, this looked so gorgeous to me. Like, this looked so old school, so farmhouse-ish. Like, it was just, and I know farmhouse-ish is not a word, but it is right now in this moment, okay? But no, it was beautiful, guys. Like, it was so beautiful. And I thought the Simply Blessed was a black lettering, but it's actually a super dark green, which I was like, yes, I'm available, Dollar Tree. You guys are delivering. Like, so this was just a project that wasn't, I don't even really consider a project. So it was really so easy to do. And this is almost in near real time. And it probably took me about 5 minutes. I'll say 10 at max. And that's just to include you know, zhuzhing up that little bow there that really didn't require much. And I just added a little bead to that bow, and that was really it for that project. So here, I was outside. I got the little flower bowls from Dollar Tree and some of their clear little saucer plates out of the party section, and of course the flower bowls out of the, you know, garden section. Anywho, I wanted to do this kind of a plate on a tier tray. It's not going to be a tier tray, and I can't think of what it's called right now off the top of my head. But I went in with a couple of coats of this white paint, and it does include the primer in it, so it's just kind of like a, you know, one-stop shop type of spray. And I did do that inside the box, as you see, because again, I live in an apartment, so you know, have to be cautious of that, or conscious of that. And so once they were dry, and that was it. Like, I did have to go in with a little coat of chalk paint just because I did miss some spots. And right here, a friend of mine gifted these to me. These were some rings, and I'm thinking you're supposed to use them to like make different size of circles, because it was like 15 pieces in there. And it's literally from large to tall. And so I've never used them, and I never wanted to toss them away. So I thought, why not add this here? It will add a little lift to this bowl. And it's not going to be out here permanent, so I could definitely remove it at any time. And that's all I'm doing here. I went in with 3 little cubes from Dollar Tree out of the crafters square section. Use that for the feet of the smaller saucer or bowl. And then I got these stickers from Dollar Tree, and I think these are gorgeous. I wanted to do something else with them, but I didn't have the space to do what I really originally wanted to do with them. So that's how I ended up here. And literally, as you see, it was a perfect fit to that smaller plate there. And I'm just going in, pushing out the bubbles and making sure it is flush with the little plate. I didn't even put any Mod Podge on here, but you guys will see what I'm going to do with this. And I accidentally end up putting some school glue on there, which acted as the Mod Podge for me. But nonetheless, I'm going in with some river rocks from Dollar Tree. I used the whole bag of those, and I just spread them around just like that. I was going to use these little wooden pieces, like tree pieces, but I wasn't feeling it. It wasn't working for me. So I removed those, and all I did was add a little candle here. I got this from Dollar Tree, this candle holder. I didn't paint it. I didn't do anything to it because I am going to be using this in another DIY. So I didn't want to have to go back and repaint, you know, all that jazz. So here it is. I was just turning down the lights or whatever, but literally this can be a vessel for candles, a little miniature plant that you may have. The options are endless. But you guys will see what I do to that at the end. I think I captured that. So next up, this is from the clearance section at Michael's. So Michael's right now is, in my opinion, having a nice sale. You know, it's working in my favor with the rewards and everything. And I got, I actually picked up a couple of these, and this is from their summer items. I picked up quite a few of their signs. Like, I stocked up because I think the most I paid for one was probably like $4, and I was so excited about that. And this one here is probably about, I would say maybe about 36 inches. Again, guesstimating, you know, I'm not about the measuring, but if I had to, maybe 48 inches possibly. And all I'm doing here is just going, I think this the chevron pattern. Somebody can let me know. I think it is, but I just wanted to alternate colors because I'm using that welcome sign that I had right there that I got from Dollar Tree, and it had all these different colors in them, and I wanted to blend this with that. And that was my immediate thought. That's what I wanted to do with this when I first saw it. And I feel like maybe I could have just toned it down a little bit, but I don't know. I still liked it. It was very warm. And again, this is something too that you can transition or leave up year round, really depending on what space you put it in. And so here I'm going in with some flower picks from Dollar Tree and Daiso, just to add. I was going to add them on the bottom, but I didn't like that. I didn't want to cover up the pattern too much. And I don't know. I like this, but I think I just arranged the colors. I should have arranged the colors differently, if that makes sense. And I should have went in with another line of green too. But what I decided here was to take some of the flowers off the picks and just put them on the side of the sign, opposed to putting them under the bottom. And I really like that. And this sign is one that you can literally hang up. That's how I'm going to display it at the end, or you can just sit it on an entryway table, and I think it would look very nice up against some plants as well. So, and here it is right here hanging up. Again, I like it, but I think the lighter colors, I should have put lighter colors more towards the middle so the sign would really pop. And all I did to the welcome sign, because it had a very sticky adhesive to it, I just added little dabs of hot glue here and there just to make sure, you know, it just would hold on. But I don't think it will come loose. And I even got that little potted plant right there from Michael's too, and I think I paid $2 or $3 for it, guys. But here's the plate. Here is this plate. Like, this plate is so beautiful. This looks like something you would actually like pass down to your children. I don't know, but he is so cute. I love that little pig. He is so darling. And this plate looks like it was the perfect vessel to display his little beautiful face on. So I just absolutely love this. This was not a disappointment to me at all. And here is the 3D flower pot. Now this one is gorgeous too. I really surprised myself with this one. I love this. Absolutely love this. That farmhouse sign right up there too, guys. That was another clearance item. That was from Hobby Lobby. I mean, and it was in good condition. I tell you guys, I was in heaven. Like, I really stocked up. And this here is another item I think you can leave out all year. That was it on the wall. Here it is sitting on the table if you wanted to display it that way. I think that would be awesome. Either way, it works in my opinion. I mean, if you put some Mod Podge on it too, I feel like you could probably even put it outside on your front porch. Now this beauty right here, guys, I think they all were my favorite with the exception of the welcome sign. This was so elegant and chic and just had all the boho vibes for me, guys. Like, this was it. And I found these little signs here where it says welcome to my home. I forget what the other ones say, but got those at Dollartree as well. So this right here, I mean, and again, it does not have to be for a guest bathroom. I did turn down the lights a little bit so you guys can see, but this was so simple, cute, and elegant. I just loved everything about it. Like, it had such a spa vibe to me. I was just available for it. Like, I was really digging this. So even with my little happy mistake there with the wash and dry, I think that just made it, you know, pop just a little bit more. I have no complaints with this. I really like today's projects. And here it is styled a little bit different. You know, if you don't feel comfortable putting that glass up, just go ahead and lay it down and put a candle on it. And here is the little riser, or the little tier tray. I'm not sure what to call this, but what I ended up doing here was I went in with some of the school glue and I poured it over to make it mimic like water was on it. But I don't know what was happening with my camera and I missed it. So I don't know, but that's ultimately what I did with it. I wanted to give that illusion that the rocks were under water. And this is the school glue that I used. I ordered off of Amazon. And literally that was it. So if you guys are still here, thank you so much for hanging out with me, lovies. I appreciate it every single time you come back to visit with me. I hope you are enjoying the content here. Please, if you don't mind, consider subscribing, liking, sharing if you haven't already done so, and also leave me a comment. But again, like I always say, it's not required, only desired. And I just love to chat with you guys. So as I always like to say before I wrap up, lovies, fall in love every day. Every day that you open your eyes is an opportunity to fall in love with at least one something that day. So with that being said, lovies, be safe, be kind, and happy crafting the days away. See you all in the next video. Bye. Talk to you soon, lovies.